Remember, remember, the 5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot. I see no reason why this bloody treason should ever be forgot. I just wanted to talk about this because actually today is November the 5th. It's Guy Fawkes Day, and I used to celebrate this with when I went to my British school in Indonesia. It was like the American 4th of July, in the sense that you just go to a park, you watch a bonfire, and heat up hot dogs and eat festival food and watch fireworks. It's been popularized by by V for Vendetta, which is a nice movie, and it's a nice comic book as well. Well, graphic novel. Well, a lot of people interpret it in a weird sort of way. There's this popularization of the Guy Fawkes mask. It follows the theme of the movie of resistance against oppression and tearing down the system and all that stuff. Which I don't remember if it's seen in the comic, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't in the movie. Well, it wasn't really, because Guy Fawkes was a Catholic, and while Catholics were persecuted in England, they weren't persecuted in the rest of Europe. So that's kind of important to remember. He was trying to blow up Parliament, well, the House of Lords, and hopefully with his conspirators, replace the Protestant English king with a Catholic one. That's pretty much where his whole thing comes from. We remember it for the fact that his treason was foiled. This was why it's a British public holiday. Not to celebrate the act of treason, but to celebrate the foiling. V in the movie and in the comic, I assume, as well. It's been a long time since I read it. So he interprets this mostly irrelevant historical event and takes power and motivation from it and manages to motivate a lot of, like, the whole popular movement out of it. The movie is fine and its message is fine, but a lot of people interpret it differently. And don't understand that V is misinterpreting a historical event for his own ends. Because we actually do this all the time. The myth of the Tea Party, of the Boston Tea Party, is that it was protest against taxation without representation. They were protesting that British taxes were too high on the American colonists and imposed without representation of the American colonists in the English Parliament. It's actually a myth because British tea imports were had the lowest prices in the entire British Empire of the time. I'm not saying that the taxation without representation thing wasn't a problem. Actually, the Stamp Act, the earlier Stamp Act, is much more relevant to this. The point is that the modern Tea Party, whatever you may or may not agree with their own political beliefs, they're still interpreting it, and they're more or less a slightly more aggressive version of America in general, which romanticizes this historical event. It's the power of historical misinterpretation for our own modern needs and modern ends. And the way that we can interpret that for people today in popular culture is really significant. That things can be drastically wrong and yet still have a lot of power. For anyone who celebrates Guy Fawkes Day, happy Guy Fawkes Day. There's nothing really significant about it except, yay, there's still an Anglican king. Anglican queen now. Otherwise, it's just an occasion to go sit by a bonfire and have some hot dogs and marshmallows and watch some fireworks. I can't do that here in Switzerland. Happy day to you people who do. For people who celebrate November 5th just because of V for Vendetta, please read up on the history. It's interesting, it really is, and just remember that it's a completely different world and don't interpret it in terms of modern day life. Happy Guy Fawkes Day. And remember the 5th of November. For no particular reason, except that a lot of people celebrate it as a holiday. Bye.